Hello there guys! For today's video, I'm going to show you how to create a frozen text effect in Photoshop. And also we will dive deeper into using text tool and applying effects with the use of a blending options. And not only that, we're going to apply an image of a background layer and applying a falling snow and changing its blend mode. So let's get started. So here in our document, I got here a clear canvas. And before we start, I'm gonna introduce to you my two assets. So I got here an image of a snow falling, and also I got here an image of this ice that will serve as our background. Okay, now let's go back into our original document. So it's here, this clear canvas. So the very first step we're gonna do here is we're going to create a temporary solid color. So to do that, going on to the layers panel, find the adjustment icon over here. Yes, this one. Click on this and choose solid color. And now you can choose any color you want because this will be just a temporary background. But keep that in mind that don't put this one into a white color. Okay? Alright, so I'll just choose any color. So I'll just choose this. Now the next step here is we're going to add the text. So to do that, go onto the toolbar, find the text tool. So this one is the text tool, or T for the shortcut key. So once you already select that, now let's click it on our canvas. All right, so let's say our text here. Let's put the word frozen text. All right, now I'm good with this. But for the font style, I'm going to change this one. So I'm going to press Alt and A to select all those letters. And then from the character over here, I'm going to click this arrow down for the font style. I'm going to choose thick font style. So you can choose any. It must be thick for a better effect. So for me, I think I'm good with this varsity regular. Now there you have it. Okay, I'm going to click somewhere. All right, there you have it. Okay, but it seems that these texts are too compressed. So double click on that thumbnail of the text. And then for the options here, all right, I'm going to set this one to -5. Okay, now that's much better. All right, and also I'm going to adjust the size of that. So just click on that layer, press Ctrl plus T for the transformation command to be out. And now let's just drag it out to expand the size of our text. So I'll just put it here in the middle, something like this. And by the way, if you find this video helpful so far, please consider subscribing to help YouTube algorithm show my videos to other nerds like us. Going back, and then press enter or tick this one on the options panel. All right, there you have it. Now the next step we're going to do here is we're going to rotate the image. To do that, going on to the menu bar, find image. Yes, this one, click on this. And then under that, find image rotation. And then click on 90 degrees clockwise. So the image will turn to this. Now we're going to add effect here. So with that frozen text layer selected, I'm going to the menu bar, go on to the filter, and under filter, I'm going to look for stylize, and under stylize, select wind. And then this will come out. All right, so this type layer must be rasterized. So we're going to rasterize this. So click rasterize. Okay, so this is for the rasterize. So that's the effect that will be applied. Select OK. All right, if you want to add more, something like that, so you can just double that effect again. So select it on the frozen text, go on to the menu bar, select on filter, and then choose stylize and find wind. And then method to wind, direction from right, and then select. Okay. All right, now that looks much better. Let's rotate this back. So to do that, with go to the image once again, and then go to image rotation, and now choose counterclockwise. And there you have it. Now we already have that effect. Now the next step we're going to do here is we're going to apply a new effect with the use of a blending options. So to do that, with that frozen text layer, right click on that and then find blending options. And this layer style dialog box will appear for the adjusting options. So now I'm going to take on the bevel and emboss. All right, so you can follow me on this. You can copy the amount. I'm going to click on that, bevel and emboss. So for the style, I'm gonna set that to emboss. For the technique, to smooth. From the depth, I'm gonna set this one to around, yes, I'm good with 100. Okay. And then for the direction, I'll set that to up. For the size, you can increase this. Maybe I'm good with 8. All right, there you go. For the soften, I put that to 8 as well. All right, and for the glass contour, just select this down arrow. Okay, and then I'm going to choose this one. Okay, there you go. All right, so if you want to customize that, you can just click on this. All right, so we're gonna try to make more waves than that. Okay, so I'm going to adjust this point here. And there you go. I'm good with this. Now select. Okay. Now you can do any waves you want for this. For if you can add 5, that's much better. Okay, but here, yeah, I'll just use 3. And then select. Okay. Alright, now look at the effect on our image. By the way, not yet finished. For the highlight mode, set this one to linear dodge. And for the color, create a choose a light color for this. Right, so this one with the light aqua is fine, and then select OK. For the shadow mode, I'm gonna set this one to linear blur, and then for the colors, find something that is dark. Yeah, dark blue is better, and then select OK. All right, for the opacity, I'm gonna set this one to 60 for the shadow, and for the highlight mode, so I'm gonna set that to 85. Okay, so once done, now let's move on to the texture. Yeah, over here. Click on this for the texture. Okay, and then click on that texture, and then for the pattern, I'm going to click on this arrow. So I'm going to the water. Yes, from the underwater, I'm going to choose this third one here. Okay. All right. So I'm good with this. Okay, for the scale, you can adjust that, but for me, I'm good with 300%. And for the depth, I'm going to decrease that to minus 200%. And select invert and liquid layer. Let's move on to the next effect. Okay, now I'm also going to tick on the drop shadow. Okay, so look what once I click that. All right, so for the opacity, I'm just going to set this one to around 40 degrees. It's fine. Okay, for the distance, 7. For the spread, to 36. For the size, okay, I'm going to set this one to 10. Okay, so that those frozen eyes might have some shadows as well. Once every effect is done, select OK. And now we already have this kind of effect on our text. Now the next step here is we're going to change the background. So just what I've said, I prepared here an image of these eyes. So I'm going to press V or click on the move tool on the toolbar on the left side of the screen. Click that and click and drag it on our original document. But as you have noticed here that the size is not enough, so I'm going to hit Control plus T with that eyes background layer selected, and then drag the anchor points out to increase the size. And there you go. And now for the layer of the frozen eyes, click and drag it at the bottom of the frozen eyes. Now for this color fill, we may now start to remove that by just selecting on it and then press backspace or delete. And there you go. And one last step to make it colder, I'm going to add this falling snow effect. So just what I've did, press V for the move tool and click and drag it on our original document. Okay, and for this layer, I'm going to drag this one on top of the frozen layer to create something like this. And then let's increase the size bigger than our canvas. Press Ctrl plus T. Now the transformation command is out. Now click and drag out those anchor points to increase the size. And then with that layer selected, for the blending options, click on this, and I'm gonna set this one to screen. And there you have it. But not yet over. With that layer selected as well, I'm going to the menu bar, find on filter, and go to blur. And under blur, find Gaussian blur. So I'm going to set the radius to 3.0 pixels, and then select OK. Just to apply a few blurry effect on our snow. Now I'm happy with this. Now this one looks cool. And that is how to create a frozen text effect in Photoshop.